Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And now that AT&T is getting ready to ramp up this rip and replace from Nokia to Ericsson, I'm told it's gonna start very soon. AT&T is just like lining all their ducks in a row, right? They're getting all the contractors on board. The warehouse, for those of you who remember, the warehouse that Ericsson has built in, I think it's in Louisville, Texas. They're, of course, having to ramp up production of radios and equipment and panels and everything, right? And then I'm also told there is now in the second quarter is when the production is going to ramp up of the dual band C-band DoD radio. So that's also going to play a factor. So we're going to see that deployed in a lot of Nokia markets that are being ripped. They're going to get the single radio or the single panel with the dual radio. So that's going to really be a significant part of the deployment is the one touch. And of course, the Open RAN access equipment will also be added in, but that's getting ready to ramp up. And, some people believe it, some don't, but in reality, AT&T does have the largest U.S. native network. T-Mobile disclosed that a while back. They use AT&T as a roaming partner because they are the largest native network. And in some cases, I've even heard Verizon uses AT&T as roaming in some occasional situations. I don't know how true that one is. I know T-Mobile for sure because I've roamed with T-Mobile on AT&T, but I've heard even Verizon uses them. So that tells you the size and scale of the AT&T network is far beyond any native network. Now, again, Verizon does have roaming partners that use their assets. So that's a different roaming agreement. So that's how Verizon largely gained the size and scale of network they are today. But even beyond that footprint, AT&T is still natively larger. I mean, with that footprint, Verizon claims 2.7 million square miles covered. Now, give or take, that's probably bigger now. They haven't really updated that. Let's just say Verizon's at 2.8. AT&T claims natively 2.9. And maybe they're going to 3 million. And that's all due to FirstNet. Anything I would say beyond 2.7 is that 200,000 plus square miles is all FirstNet reimbursement. AT&T would have no incentive to deploy in literally nowhere's land. Like, I know we talk about the cows and stuff being covered by N41, but AT&T is going like where there's nobody. Like, they're putting up sites, I'm told, in areas where there's no population, like within 50 miles of that cell site. But just because a person could end up there hiking or camping, whatever the case may be, they had to deploy a cell site there, which, of course, absolutely no return on investment. There's nobody to sell to. But because of FirstNet, they got the reimbursement, so they deployed the site. I mean, that's just how it turned out. So that's just some of the things that AT&T has in their favor. The rip and replace will allow them to finally implement that one touch, is what I'm told. The Open RAN access might be them trying to beat the competition on future technology that might be more mainstream soon. And then the largest network. I still think that's something that they don't stress enough in their marketing, which I think they should, because the consumer does have access to that FirstNet network unless there's a huge emergency. So they don't really stress that enough. They talk about it briefly here and there, but I think they need to really get that into the go-to market and marketing strategy. Right now, they're still really pushing the new and existing customers get the same deal, and that's worked for them. But I think the network piece should be included in that, in my opinion. So just wanted to share that with you guys. The Nokia rip and replaces are going to start soon. Very big acceleration on that. Dual band radio, Ericsson coming in the second quarter for DoD C-band. That's a big deal for AT&T. And then the largest network, they're going to keep expanding that. And it's really far beyond the reach of any other native network. I mean, people are still saying Verizon's bigger. The numbers really don't bear fruit to that anymore. If you look at the crowdsourced slowly, if you look at Root Metrics and their state testing, and you kind of all include that in, it's kind of tough to make that argument because AT&T has that first net reimbursement funding secured with the contract. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.